So the next question is, why did you choose to pursue a career as a model? So I kind of dipped into that a bit when I told you about my story with college. So beyond that, when I was a little girl, I had a very big personality, and I was the type of person to, when I would walk into the class in the morning, I would twirl in front of everybody because I was that girl. Like, my outfits were cute. My mom bought me like the cutest stuff. I would have heels like as a 6-year-old. And like I said, just really over the top. And I was extra back then. If you see some of my pictures, like as a little girl, you will see what I'm talking about. So that was around the time that Tyra Banks' show came out. So I was watching American Next Top Model with my mom, my aunt, my cousins, and everybody. You know, we tuning in every week, and I wanted to do that. But over time, like I said, with not seeing a whole lot of dark-skinned girls on that show, a lot of dark-skinned girls in the media, and from getting teased in school, I was thinking that it wasn't possible for me to be a model until, like I said, when I started having that shift in my confidence and my self-esteem started to improve in 8th grade. One of my friends, like my best friend, was like, Shadae, you really could be a model. The whole thing was I just didn't know where to start, and I was looking, I was doing the research, and it just was not coming. I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't figure it out until I moved back here, and I started taking my classes. It started the summer of 2018. So from 2018, like June 2018 to January 2019, that's when I did my classes, and then I graduated. So but I didn't really take modeling seriously, like I said. So I did 2 photo shoots from January to May. I had done 2, and then after that, after May, when I made my decision to stay here and not go away to Jackson for school, I did the photo shoot that went viral, the one that everyone loves, the legendary shoot, as I call it. That was more when I decided to take it serious, when I was like, yes, I'm gonna actually pursue it, and I pursued it. But like I said, I didn't really pursue it 100% until after March, when I had that conversation. And the funny thing is that during March, that time was when the COVID stuff was happening, when it became more serious. So it's funny that during that time of just being isolated and being in quarantine, what did I do? I took my own pictures. I was doing FaceTime photo shoots with people. I watched a bunch of modeling videos. I had my old book from Barbizon. I read through it. I went in my garage and in my hallway, like every day, practicing my walk. I brushed up on my skills. I was submitting to different modeling agencies, and some of them were approaching me. I was hearing back, but most of them said no, or some of them said, you know, I was too far, or it was different things. And then eventually, you know, my agency that I'm with now, two, you know, they reached out to me, and it was a match. So yeah, that's that. But overall, to really get into it, it's just, for some people, I know that they're in careers or jobs that they're not happy with. But this is something for me that I just felt like it was always right. Even back when I was a little girl, you know, my confidence was high back then, because when you're a child, you think you can do anything. But, you know, the influences of people and the things that you see start to deter you a lot, and they get to you, and your self-esteem drops. So that's what happened. But beyond that, I've always wanted to do it. it felt right. And when I do it, it doesn't feel like work. Of course, modeling isn't all fun and games. You know, it has serious parts to it and some things that I don't really like, but there's nothing else that I would rather be doing right here and right now. I love my job. I get to travel, I get to meet new and interesting people, I get to wear fun clothes. Like, that's my favorite part. I get to play dress up, I get to walk fierce in these nice looking outfits, and I get paid to do it. Like, it's not something that everybody wants to do, that everyone can do, but I can do it, and I love it. That's why. So next question is, do you hope to be famous one day? Child, at one point, that's all I wanted. All I wanted to do was to be famous, but now I'm not famous, even though some people would argue that I am. I don't think I am. I think that I am well known. And I do have a presence, and I am influential, but I don't think that I'm famous. And I don't know if I want that. I want to say, okay, I'll say yes, only because I like the work that I'm doing. I love modeling, and I love that people or women DM me and they say that I'm such an inspiration. And to me, that means a lot. I did not have someone like me when I was coming up. And if I did, that would have changed everything for me. And I feel like I would have been where I am now, like back then when I was a teenager, when I was a girl, I would have been that girl from that point. I would have been in the modeling game. But there was no one like that. And I'm just thinking about, you know, how many women out there and young girls am I inspiring? Am I having a positive impact on? So that would probably be the only reason why I would want to be famous. But I thought that I wanted it just because I wanted, you know, the recognition, or I wanted people to tell me, you know, you're doing a good job. You know, you're doing this, like, blah, blah, blah. You're good. You're beautiful. You know, I wanted that. And as I started to get it, like all of this year, when I started to get it, I started realizing things like about myself and how I feel about, you know, what's happening to me and for me. And I felt like I was just on a hamster wheel. So like, okay, well, not really taking time to be grateful for the things that I had gotten, because I'm trying to get to the next thing. Like, well, I got 30,000 followers and I want to get to 35. I want to get to 50, you know, and I don't want it to be like that. So when I stopped, I've stopped caring. As long as my followers grow, I don't really care the rate that they're growing at. And sometimes they don't grow, sometimes they drop. And it's just something that I've had to accept as a part of the journey, and not caring too much, because it started to mess with my mental health and my self-esteem. And that's something that I want to stress. Like, don't let numbers be tied to how you feel about yourself. You know, and numbers aren't always a reflection of how other people see you either. It's just, that's just how social media is. It fluctuates. It is what it is. Like, you see really big influencers and celebrities, they could lose 1 million followers in a day. It happens. So I feel like fame can be fleeting, and that is something that messes with people's mentals. And from what I've seen, like I said, these last couple of months, like I got about 15 to 20,000 new followers in the span of a couple months. And I was happy about it, but that in itself has messed with my mental so much. And I feel like nothing is worth my mental health, nothing at all. So the only reason I would want to be famous is because of the example that I set, but it's not at the top of my list. I'm not constantly thinking of ways to get myself out there. You know, I already have what I wanted. The whole point of me growing my following was because I wanted to get signed. I did that. I'm getting work and I'm getting brands hitting me up. So I have what I wanted, and I have learned to be grateful for it and to be content with where I am. And because of that contentment, I've started to grow, but it's not my priority anymore. So, y'all, I know I'm long-winded, but I'm sorry. I just love to give thorough explanations of things. So, yeah. Where were you born? I was born right here in South Carolina. So for all the people that keep asking me and they want to know, no, I am not African. Yes, I know that I am of African descent. No, I do not know where my tribe is from or where my family hails from. I am African American. That is the nationality that I claim. My ethnicity is American. My race is Black. So that's that. If y'all need a video to break down those three categories, I will be more than happy to school you, And I'm not arguing with nobody about what my nationality is. So if I see any comments on any of my socials about what I am, or people just being rude, they get deleted and you get blocked immediately, Somebody was on Instagram trying to tell me I was Nigerian, and that didn't make much sense to me, because they were like, I said, no, I'm African American. They didn't ask. They told me, it was a really hard assumption. And then they was like, I wasn't asking, I was telling you. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, it's quite obvious that I may be of West African descent, but also, because of that, I could be Nigerian, but I could also be from Ghana. I mean, you ever think about that? I could also be from Jamaica. I could also be from Haiti. I could be West Indian. I could be from the islands. I could be from anywhere in West Africa. Nigeria is not the only place. So that just sounded so crazy to me. So, someone was in the comments like, how you gonna tell her? And I was like, girl, don't even worry about it. I'm not arguing with nobody about what my nationality is. Blocked and deleted. So I'm not tolerating it. And I don't argue with nobody. If I see something I don't like, I delete the comment. And if it's really offensive, you get blocked. What am I arguing with someone that I don't even know? My mind isn't there anymore. Like I said, I had a mindset shift and I don't really care about those things anymore. Once I deleted, it's not in front of me anymore. It never existed. So next question. Oh, this is a good one. What do you feel most grateful for? I am most grateful simply for being alive. And I feel like that is one of the most underrated things, something we really take for granted. I could say things like, I'm grateful for my ability to walk. I'm grateful for my beauty. I'm grateful for my success and for everything that I have, which I am. But even if I didn't have all this stuff, I would still be grateful for being alive, because no matter what, if I'm alive, no matter where I am, I could be homeless, but I still have the chance to turn my situation around because I'm alive. Once I cease to be producing a life force, there is nothing that I can do at that point. But as long as I'm breathing, I have a chance. And that's all that really matters to me. So, yeah. Next question. What are your ultimate goals as a model? Okay. I actually have a vision board, and I'm not going to show it to you guys because I am a firm believer in not telling people your plans. So I'll tell you some of the general things, but I have some specifics, and it's I just learned, don't tell people stuff, let them see after. And it is what it is. So ultimate goals, I do want to be published in really big magazines. I want to be in Essence, of course. Well, I want the cover of Essence. Let me change that. Not in, I want to be on. I also want to be on the cover of Vogue. There are a couple big designers that I want to work with, but namely Laquan Smith and what's the brand? I want to work for Pierre Moss. Top tier black owned brands. Like, I love it. I love it so much. And I want to do more runway stuff, which I definitely think, well, I don't know, like things have changed so much. So I don't know about that, but when things start getting to a new normalcy, then I think that that will open up for me. But overall, I really want to become like a household name as a model. You know, the same way that everyone knows who Naomi Campbell is. I want people to say, oh, like, yeah, I know who Shadae is. So yeah. Next question. How do you grow your hair? So for like the last couple of months, I haven't had like a set routine on what I was doing. All I really did was just wash my hair, shampoo and condition my hair, deep condition it, whatever, and just let it go. Cause I was wearing, you know, I always wear my wigs, so that's basically, that's basically all I was doing. But I've been wearing a lot of protective styles. I'm sorry, ooh, my voice. I've been wearing a lot of protective styles, and I said that I will do an actual hair update. So in that video, I'll go over the products I'm using and the styles I'm doing and things like that more in detail. So the next question is, when did you get your first boyfriend? Ooh. Okay. So when I was in high school, for whatever reason, I was not interested in boys. Like, of course I had people I thought were cute. I had crushes here and there, but I was just not concerned with a boyfriend. And I want to say my first like real boyfriend was after I had moved here. So I was 18. I mean, yeah. And it wasn't, but like when I think about it, it wasn't because I was so focused on school. Like I did not care about school. I was not doing my homework, none of that. So I really don't know what it was. I was just more focused on myself. Like I had a lot of things going on with me, and I was just taking care of that. And I just noticed whenever you don't pay attention to boys is when they come to you the most. So I mean, that's what it was. How did you come up with your name? Okay, so when I read this question, I was a little confused, and I just want to clear something up because I think that some people are confused as well. My real name is Shadae. That is my government name. My name is Shadae. I just spell it different. I'm named after the singer, but mine is spelled phonetically. So I guess, I don't know if you were asking like how I came up with my stage name or what, or my Instagram name, but we just gonna do it all. So yes, my mom said that when she was like a teenager or whatever, she heard Shadae, the singer, and she was like, oh, well, if I ever have a daughter, that's what I'm gonna name her. So that's where my name comes from. I'm not named Shadae because I am Nigerian. I am African American. My mama did not know nothing about like African culture at that point in time. So I'm not like, that's not why I'm named after her. It was simply because she liked the name, and that's what it was. So how it became my Instagram name was the name Shadae, like Shadae was taken. So I think my mom made me an Instagram in like 2012, and it was like Shadae MC because my last name is McCallum. So eventually we decided to change it. She was like, I think it should be something else. And she was like, it should be a play on your name. So she wanted to do that for me and my brother. My brother's nickname is Trey. So she was like, ooh, Trey no songs. And I was like, no. So she said for me, Shadae, not Adu, so that people won't think that my name is spelled like the singer's, or that when they hear the name, they won't think of the singer. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty clever. So I wouldn't say I changed my name back in like 2016 or something, 2015, 2016. And it's been that like ever since then. So yeah, the next question is, in what ways has COVID-19 affected the fashion industry? I feel like the first one is like, it's kind of obvious. Like I said, a lot has slowed down. There's not as many photo shoots going on and stuff for brands. I've seen people on Instagram, like the model Anakia, she had to basically do this campaign from home. She had to do this campaign for a big brand at home during quarantine. And it was a bunch of Zoom and like FaceTime calls with people. What's the girl's name? Like is either Adrian or Adriana. She's like a fashion designer or someone, or a stylist, and she was helping her like put things together, her photographers and things like that, you know. They're all on the phone trying to put things together. So that has changed a lot. I have not done that many photo shoots since then, and I was doing a lot of photo shoots, like just when I was booking stuff on my own, I was doing maybe 3 to 4 a month, and that's actually pretty good. But since I got signed, I did 2 photo shoots that my agency booked for me, and then another one because when I went to LA, like if you watched my vlog, you saw that I did 2 photo shoots on my first trip there, the one with my friend and then the one that my agency booked for me. So I did 3 photo shoots in person. So that's how it's affected me. Well, me and the fashion industry, you know. And obviously Fashion Week in New York, I think is starting. It's either coming up or it's starting. Actually, yeah, it's starting. It's starting now, between like this week and next week. And I think there's only 60 designers that are presenting, and that is so low. That's how it's changed. Like fashion shows, it's not possible to do them the way that we have been for so many years, because obviously it's spectators, it's buyers, it's all these people, you know, fashion critics, whatever, coming to see. You have the models, the whole team, you know, the venue and the space. And obviously if you do things like that now, it's like more that has to go into it, and it's such a hassle that people are just not bothering at all. And also because you want to be safe, like you want to be safe and make sure that you're following the proper precautions. So that's a really big part of it. Overall, I think that the fashion industry is just gonna have to find a different way to go about certain things. Photo shoots are still gonna go on. They're just not gonna be as frequent, which is sad. But as far as fashion shows, I know you all, like a lot of y'all have seen the girl on Instagram and Twitter where she did her whole collection like it was digital, no models. Like things like that might actually be the way that we go about presenting for a while. I don't know, but maybe once things start to clear up and we get to our new normalcy, then I don't know, you know, if people are going the digital route for presenting, they don't have to pay models. So I guess it really depends on how the public reacts to it and how things are received, because brands will save a lot of money. So who knows if they would keep going that route or if they would switch back to models. And I keep using the term new normalcy because things will never go back to normal. And I think that we need to get out of this mindset that things are going to go back to how they were. That it doesn't work like that. And then like when there's change, you go forward and you figure out how to do things a different way. So that's why I say our new normalcy, because once we get into the swing of whatever it is that we're about to be doing, then it's gonna become the status quo for us. It's gonna be normal, the new normal. So you can quote me on that. So the next question is, what's it like dating a fashion model? Ooh. I would say that it's challenging. You have to you have to be really secure in yourself and in the partner, because I've had people say things about just wanting to know why I was with them when I'm a model, and I could basically have anyone I want. You know, I could have an athlete, I can have another model, I can have someone rich, and you know, them not seeing that, okay, I know that my job is superficial, but I'm not, you know, I'll look for substance. So that was like a issue for me, like constantly having these conversations on why do you want me when you can have, and it's like, no, I don't want to talk about this. Like, you should know that you are the shit and I like you because you're a good person, you know? So it's also having to be comfortable with certain things in certain situations. So obviously right now, anyone that I would be dating would actually have it pretty good because of COVID. I'm not traveling, but there's a lot of travel, like a lot. So that means not always being on the phone because I'm always in the air. Like, models spend about 40% of their time on airplanes. Like, so yeah, like things like that, and being away from home, always being in a different city. Like, that's something I really don't like about this whole COVID thing, because if it was not happening, I would literally be traveling like every week. I know I would be somewhere different. I would be out like just exploring and living my best life. Is there anything else I need to add? Oh, this is the biggest one. To know, like, there are gonna be people in your partner's face. Like, it's gonna happen, and it's nothing that that person can do about it. Like, if there was a guy like dating me, there's nothing I can do if someone is up in my face. As long as I'm not entertaining it, that's all that really matters. Like, you just have to know that that kind of comes with the job and it comes with the territory. And you know, sometimes there may be photo shoots or video shoots happening that you don't like. Like, I'm not saying like nudity or things like that, but if your partner is comfortable with it, that's something that y'all are gonna have to like talk about, or that you're either gonna have to decide if you're comfortable with or if you're not, and you know, just make your exit. It's just, I feel like dating a fashion model is different. Like, it's way harder than dating just a regular person. And I mean, that's just the same way with certain jobs. It'd be like dating a stripper. Like, you just got to decide before you get with this person, is this what I want? Because it's not going to change because you don't like something. It's either you're going to get with it or you're going to decide to move on. And that's that. Like, it can be unfortunate, but it's reality. It happens. Life goes on. The next question, how much does it cost to book you for a shoot? I feel like this was like a slick way of asking me how much money do I make, and I do not tell people that. That's personal. But I make a good amount of money, like per shoot. But if you seriously want to know, what you're gonna have to do is go to my Instagram and look in the bio, and there's the email. You can email them and request me for something, and they will tell you what my rates are. I don't even want to tell you what my minimum rates are for a day, because I just feel like it's inappropriate. If you're not booking me for a shoot, you don't really need to know what I'm making. And they only take serious like inquiries. So yeah. Y'all, there's just certain things you don't ask. And it is so inappropriate to ask a model, how much money do you make? No, don't ask that. And the last question is, what lip gloss do you use? Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this. It's called Max Makeup. And I know who asked this. Kim, you asked this. So if you want me to send you some, I can. I have like 10 of these, and I actually hate these so much. I barely use like the tube that I have open. So I can send you like two of them if you want me to. Just DM me your address, and then I can do that. All right. So that is all 19 of the questions. Yeah, and there's nothing else that I want to add. So that is the end of this video, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe, and that you follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Shadae Not A Do. And I will see you in the next one.